Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayam Diriye Nashtiprayeshu Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 11, the Vedic Kirtan pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Text 97 onwards. Bhattacharya kahe madhura vachana Chaitanyera srishtiye prema sankirtana. Sarvam Bhattacharya replied, the sweet transcendental sound is a special creation of the Lord known as Prem Sankirtan, congregational chanting in love of Godhead. Because Maharaj Pratap Rudra had said in the previous verse, I have never before seen such ecstatic love, nor heard the vibration of the holy name of the Lord chanted in such a way, nor seen such dancing during Sankirtan. Avatari Chaitanya Kaila Dharma Pracharana Kali Kale Dharma Krishna Nama Sankirtana. In this age of Kali, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has descended to preach the religion of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, the chanting of the holy names of Lord Krishna is a religious principle for this age. Sankirtan Yagya Tare Kare Aradhana Saita Sumedha Ar Kali Hatajan. Anyone who worships Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by congregational chanting should be understood to be very intelligent. One who does not do so must be considered a victim of this age and bereft of all intelligence. Means the intelligent people only chant or worship Mahaprabhu by congregation chanting, Sankirtan Yagya. Rascals propose that anyone can invent his own religious process, and this proposition is condemned herein. If one actually wants to become religious, he must take up the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The real meaning of religion is stated in Bhagavatam, Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. The purport of these verses is that dharma or religion cannot be manufactured by a human being. Religion is a law or code of the Lord. Consequently, religion cannot be manufactured, even by great saintly persons, demigods, or siddhamukhyas, and what to speak of asuras, human beings, vidyadhar, charan, and so on. The principles of dharma, religion, come down in the parampara system beginning with 12 personalities, namely Lord Brahma, the great saint Narad, Shiva, the four Kumaras, Kapila, the son of Devhuti, Swayambhuva Manu, Prahlad Maharaj, King Janak, grandfather Bhishma, Bali Maharaj, Shukdev Goswami, and Yamaraj. The principles of religion are known to these 12 personalities. They are Mahajans. Dharma refers to the religious principles by which one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Dharma refers to religious principles by which one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not just we become fanatic about Dharma, that I am following this Dharma and that Dharma, but have no idea of the Supreme Lord, no idea of what He wants, no idea of how to attain Him. That's not Dharma. Dharma is very confidential, uncontaminated by any material influence, and very difficult for ordinary men to understand. However, if one actually understands Dharma, he immediately becomes liberated and is transferred to the kingdom of God. Bhagavad Dharma, the principle of religion enunciated by the Parampara system, is the supreme principle of religion. In other words, Dharma refers to the science of Bhakti Yoga, which begins by the novices chanting the holy name of the Lord, the Nama Grihan Adivi. So Dharma refers to science of Bhakti Yoga. So science of Bhakti Yoga means, so in Bhakti Yoga, there is Bhakta, there is Bhagwan, and there is service, which is Bhakti. So all three constitute, there means that is Bhakti Yoga, and all three are there. And one cannot engage in bhakti or loving service until he knows who is who. I am a spirit soul, I am connected with Krishna, I'm eternally connected with Krishna, and my only dharma or position is to serve Krishna. Therefore, in this age of Kali, as recommended here in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kali Kali Dharma Krishna Nam Sankirtan. The chanting of the holy name of the Lord is a method of religion, approved by all Vedic scriptures. In the next text of Chaitanya Charitamrita, quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam, this principle is further stressed. So it is said, Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishna, Sango Pangastra Parshatam, Yagya Sankirtan Praya, Yajanti Hi Sumedhas. That's mentioned in Bhagavatam. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. So, this has been explained nicely by Prabhupada in Bhagavatam and in Adi Lila also. Raja kahe shastra pramane Chaitanya hai Krishna, kabe kena pandit sabha tahare vev Krishna. The king said, according to evidence given in the revealed scriptures, it is concluded that Lord Shri Krishna, Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Krishna himself. Why then are learned scholars sometimes indifferent to him? Bhatt kahe tar kripa lesha yahaye yare, sei se tahare Krishna, kari laite pare. The Bhattacharya replied, a person who has received but a small fraction of mercy from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can understand that he is Lord Krishna. No one else can. So only one who has the mercy of Mahaprabhu. The Sankirtan movement can be spread by a person who is especially favored by Krishna. Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi Tare Pravartan. Without first obtaining the mercy of the Lord, one cannot spread the holy name of the Lord. One who can spread the Lord's name is called Labdha Chaitanya in the words of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. The Labdha Chaitanya is one who has actually awakened his original consciousness, Krishna consciousness. The influence of the pure devotees in Krishna consciousness is such that it can awaken others to become immediately Krishna conscious and engage themselves in the transcendental loving service of Krishna. In this way, the descendants of pure devotees increase, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes much pleasure in seeing the increase of his devotees. The word Sumedhasa means sharply intelligent. When one's intelligence is sharp, he can increase the influence of common men in loving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and through him in loving Radha Krishna. Those not interested in understanding Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are simply material in their attempts at professional chanting and dancing for money, despite their supposed artistry. If one does not have full faith in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he cannot properly chant and dance in the Sankirtan movement. Artificial chanting and dancing may be due to sentiments or sentimental agitation, but this cannot help one advance in Krishna consciousness. So without the mercy of the Lord, one cannot understand, one cannot chant his names also. And the mercy of Lord follows the mercy of devotees. And more devotees engage in Sankirtan, more devotees preach, more mercy they get, because Mahaprabhu is really pleased when his number of devotees increase. And devotees taking all sorts of troubles and risks to preach this message of Mahaprabhu. And that's why they are very, very dear to Mahaprabhu. And here Prabhupada is saying artificial chanting and dancing due to sentiments it doesn't help anybody, not even the chanter, not the ones who are listening to that chanting. तार कृपा नाहे यारे पंडित नाहे कहने देखी लक्ष्य नीलेह तारे ईश्वर न माने. If the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not bestowed upon a person, regardless of how learned a scholar that person may be, and regardless of seeing or listening, he cannot accept Lord Chaitanya as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this is Bhattacharya saying because he himself was like that. The same principles can be applied to demoniac persons, even though they be in the Sampradaya of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Without receiving the Lord's special power, one cannot preach his glories all over the world. Even though one may celebrate himself as a learned follower of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and even though one may attempt to preach the holy names of the Lord all over the world, if he is not favored by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he'll find fault with the pure devotee and will not be able to understand how a preacher is empowered by Lord Chaitanya. One must be considered bereft of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he criticizes the Krishna consciousness movement now spreading all over the world, or finds fault with this movement or the leader of the movement. So Prabhupada is talking about himself, because although he was working very hard to spread the movement and his followers were, but still they were being criticized by so many people in India. And Prabhupada saying, they don't understand. This is the mercy of Mahaprabhu, and they will not get the mercy of Mahaprabhu. Athapi tadeva padambujadvaya prashad leshanugrihita evahi janati tattvam bhagwan mahimna nachanya eko api chiram vijanma. Lord Brahma said, my Lord, if one is favored by even a slight trace of the mercy of a lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of a personality. But those who speculate to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are unable to know, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years. So only by the mercy of the Lord one can know him. No speculation, and obviously no blasphemy can help. So, well, now King Prataprudra will ask different questions, so I think we can stop here because now many devotees are here today somehow. So, see, anybody has any questions or comments? Or should I continue?
Please continue, Prabhuji.
Okay. राजा कहे सबे जगन्नाथ न देखिया चैतन्य वासा गृह जलीला धाइया. The king said, instead of visiting the temple of Lord Jagannath, all the devotees are running towards the residence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. भट्ट कहे यही था स्वाभाविक प्रेम रीता महाप्रभु मिली बारे उत्कंठित चेता. The same thing happened with the Ramanand Rai also. He came to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He didn't go to take darshan of Lord Jagannath first. And similarly, all these devotees from Navadvip. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, this is spontaneous love. All the devotees are very anxious to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. आगे तारे मिली सबे तारे संगे लाया तारे संगे जगन्नाथ देखी बेन लिया. First, the devotees will meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then take him with them to the temple to see Lord Jagannath. Raja कहे भावानंदेर पुत्र वाणीनाथ प्रसाद लया संगे चले पांच सात. The king said the son of Bhavanand Rai, named Vaninath, along with 5 or 7 other men, went there to obtain the remnants of Lord Jagannath's food. Mahaprabhu Ralay Kare Lagamana, Eta Mahaprasad Chahi Kahaki Karan. Indeed, Vaninath has already gone to the residence of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has taken a huge quantity of Mahaprasadam. Please let me know the reason for this. भट्ट कहे भक्तगण आइला जानीना Prabhu Ringite Prasad Yaetar Laya. Sarvam Bhattacharya said, understanding that all the devotees have come, Lord Chaitanya gave the sign, and therefore Vaninath and the others have brought such great quantities of Mahaprasad. Raja kahe upavas kshora tirthe ravidhana taha na kariya kene khaibe annapana. The king then asked of Bhattacharya, why have the devotees not observed the regulations for visiting the pilgrimage place, such as fasting, shaving, and so on? Why have they first eaten prasadam? This is special about Lord Jagannath. When you go to Jagannath Puri, you cannot fast. भट कहे तुम ये कहा सही विधि 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 धर्म यही राग मार्गे आचे सूक्ष्म धर्म मार्ग. Bhattacharya told the king, what you have said is right according to the regulative principles governing the visiting of holy places. But there is another path, which is a path of spontaneous love. According to those principles, there are subtle intricacies involved in the execution of religious principles. So according to Vedic regulative principles, one has to be celibate before entering a holy place of pilgrimage. Generally, people are very much addicted to sense gratification, and unless they have sex at night, they cannot sleep. The regulative principles therefore enjoin that before a common man goes to a holy place of pilgrimage, he should observe complete celibacy. As soon as one enters a holy place, he must observe fasting for the day, and after shaving his head clean, he must take a bath in a river or ocean near the holy place. So these methods are adopted to neutralize the effects of sinful activities. Means one should understand, I have come to this holy place for tapasya, not for enjoyment. And then when he goes to that dham with that mentality, that consciousness, then his whole consciousness, mentality, his thought process, everything will get purified. Otherwise, we go to the holy place, and of course, Bhattacharya says that this is Raga Marga, but we are not in the Raga Marga yet. So when we go, we try to enjoy, and also we commit many offenses against the people of those holy places, Dhamvasis. So that should not be the mood. Mood should be to serve. Mood should be to do austerities. Visiting a holy place of pilgrimage means neutralizing the reactions of a sinful life. Those who go to holy places of pilgrimage actually unload the reactions of their sinful lives. And consequently, holy places are overloaded with sinful activities left there by visitors. But when a saintly person or pure devotee visits such a holy place, he absorbs the sinful effects left by the common man and again purifies the holy place. Tirthi kurvanti tirthani. Therefore, a common man's visit to a holy place and an exalted saintly person's visit there are different. Common man leaves his sins in the holy place, and a saintly person or devotee cleanses these sins simply by his presence. The devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were not common men, and they could not be subjected to the rules and regulations governing the visiting of holy places. Rather, they exhibited their spontaneous love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Immediately upon arrival at the holy place, they went to see Lord Chaitanya, and by his order, they took Mahaprasadam without following the regulations governing holy places. So these are the devotees of Mahaprabhu, and it is said they were not common men. But at the same time, we have to understand we are not at that level. So we have to perform austerity. Of course, if we it doesn't mean we start fasting if we cannot. If we can, yes, great. But if we cannot, our austerity is chanting of the holy name. Everything is in chanting. So when we go to holy places, try to chant as much as possible. Chant, 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 chant more rounds, but chant. Listen to Katha, take darshan, do some donation, charity, but chant. That's the most important tapasya for us. Ishwarera parokshagya kshora upashana prabhura sakshatagya prasada bhojan. The scriptural injunctions for shaving and fasting are indirect orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, when there is a direct order from the Lord to take prasadam, naturally the devotees take prasadam as a first duty. Taha upavas yaha nahi mahaprasada prabhu agya prasad tyage hai aparadha. When Mahaprasadam is not available, they must be fasting. But when the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly orders one to take Prasadam, neglecting such an opportunity is offensive. Vishesha Shri Haste Prabhu Kare Parivesha Eta Labha Chadi Kon Kare Uposhan. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is distributing prasadam with his transcendental hands, who will neglect such an opportunity and accept the regulative principle of fasting? When Mahaprabhu is distributing prasadam, who cares of fasting? Purve Prabhu More Prasad Anna Ani Dhila Prate Shayaya Vashiyami Se Anna Khaihila. Previously, the Lord gave me Mahaprasadam rice one morning and I ate it just sitting on my bed without having even washed my mouth. Yare Kripa Kari Karan Hirdaya Prerana Krishna Ashra Haya Chade Veda Lokadharama. The man to whom the Lord shows his mercy by inspiring him within the heart takes shelter only of Lord Krishna and abandons all Vedic and social customs. This is also the teaching of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharmana parityajya. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Such firm faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead is possible only by the mercy of the Lord. The Lord is sitting within everyone's heart, and when he personally inspires his devotee, the devotee does not stick to the Vedic principles or social customs, but rather devotes himself to the transcendental loving service of the Lord. So this is the meaning of when he says Sarva Dharman Pariteja. Dharma means all this. Dharma, Vedic dharma, this dharma, that dharma. Just abandon everything and surrender. Because surrendering is the most important dharma, or most important duty of the soul. And surrendering means then engaging in transcendental loving service of the Lord. That's the topmost duty. Okay, I guess I can stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments? Okay, chalo, you all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri.
Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Prabhupada.